So y'all really gave this game a 68. That's crazy. I find it funny that this game gets a 68 on Metacritic for the PlayStation 5 version, 65 for the Xbox Series X version. But Halo Infinite got an 87 on Xbox Series S and an 80 on PC. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because it's that's a game that I really enjoy, but the fact of the matter is there's no content. Now they're starting to put the things out that we wanted up. But in the beginning, when this game was rated, and we're talking about Halo Infinite, when it was first rated, it had no content. And it got an 87 over this game because you're salty about 30 frames per second. The fact of the matter is this. You want more than 30 frames per second, buy a PC. I'm playing Gotham Knights right now on the PC version at 2K ultra settings. And this game's really fun. I mean, it's gorgeous. I mean, as you can see, it's a beautiful game. But a 68, that's crazy. I want to talk about that. How is this even possible? How? The game so far, I'm not too far into it because you know, when I start out with open world games, a lot of times I do side missions. I just do a bunch of side. By the way, Robin's trash. I don't like Robin, and I don't like Nightwing. But these are the two guys because this was early game. A lot of the Red Hood footage I didn't want to use because it was all story missions and stuff, and I main Red Hood. He's so sick with his pistols and shit. So I didn't want to use that footage, but there's Nightwing and Robin footage. And both these guys are trash. Nightwing's okay. I feel like he's too much of a goody two shoes. Robin's a nerd. He gets on my nerves. And they both have, I don't like their attacks or their special glide abilities or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, 68. That's crazy. This game should be at least an 80. In between an 80 and an 85. This game is a very good game. It runs really good on PC. There's some stutter issues. There's this thing where it'll drop down to like 2 frames per second and it's like a bug and you have to wait for it to clear out. I don't know how to fix it. Sometimes when I pull up the back computer, which is the pull up the mini map basically and look around, it'll fix itself. But I don't know why it does that. It's weird. It's only done it once or twice. But other than that, the game runs. I think it crashed once. I mean, every game crashes every now and again. Other than that, this game runs great. What I wanted to talk about was these bosses. So far, if you know the history of Batman, I'm not going to spoil any of the bosses. But there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 I know of so far. So this game is almost made in the way that the template was made for Spider-Man. Because I remember when I bought Spider-Man for the PS4. I'm not saying that this game is anywhere near. Spider-Man's an amazing game. This game's combat isn't nowhere near as good as Spider-Man. It's decent combat. I mean, it's a decent. The combat needs a little bit more work, but it's nowhere near the level of Spider-Man. But I'm talking specifically about the amount of historical characters and bosses that are in the Spider-Man game, because at first you would think, oh, there's 1 or 2 guys, then all of a sudden you hit that second half of the game, and then that shit turns up, and then there's bosses galore, you know, legendary people. If you haven't played that game, I'm not going to spoil that either. Play Spider-Man PS4 or PC, wherever you want to play it, play that. That Spider-Man PlayStation Sony game, amazing, one of the best superhero games of all time. Just don't think it's better than the Arkham series, but great. Amazing. Play those. The combat on here isn't the greatest, but it's not terrible. It's not 68. That entire ordeal with the 30 frames per second is embarrassing because I'm not even looking at the user reviews. I'm looking at the reviews from all of the so-called journalists. Bro, they went with the Twitter hype and they gave that shit a low review to try to make their credibility look good. I recently saw Callisto Protocol get a 5 from IGN, but they gave the latest Fast and Furious a 9. And so you're telling me that what's a 9 movie? Scarface, Goodfellas, fucking what's the other one? The Godfather. Those are 9 movies, 10 out of 10 movies. So you're telling me that movie's on the level of that? These review sites are trash. All of you suck. I'm telling you right now, this game's an 80 and 85. If it's on a sale, get that motherfucker. This game is great. You know, I honestly feel like sometimes that these review sites, they'll play the game for maybe 2 or 3 hours and then give a review. I haven't even beaten this game yet. But so far, it's a solid game. I'm pretty decent into the game. I'm still at the beginning. I got a long ways to go. There's plenty. I could see the way the game is mapped out and the way the mission structure is. I have a long way to go. But I feel like these guys will play like 20 minutes. I played this game for maybe 5 or 6 hours. So, you know, these guys will play it for maybe 1 or 2. And then they'll put a whole review up. In my opinion, I feel like you can't make a review until you beat the game. From start to finish. You have to beat the fucking game to make a review. Unless the game is completely horrible, then you can say the game is trash. I just couldn't do it. 2 out of 10. But these guys, bro. Who are these people? Like, I don't even like doing reviews like this. This is kind of like in first impressions, but this is an overall topic about how bad these review sites are. I'm going to Metacritic. I'm scrolling through, and these guys are just giving it... I feel like they just went with the Twitter talk and just wrote an article about it. Oh, Twitter says it's trash because 30 frames per second because the console guys are mad because they're on console. And you're going to get 30 frames per second. And they told you the reason why you were going to get 30 frames per second because the co-op is untethered. So I could be on one side of the map, another guy could be on the other side of the map, and we could all be doing missions, different missions, whatever. That's why it's 30 frames. It's ridiculous. I just think it's embarrassing how you could be a review site and put out such trash. And it's not just one people. Like I said, Metacritic just takes the entire internet's... basically all the review sites and then combines it into one Metacritic score. So one site may give it a 10 and then another site might give it a 3. The fact that somebody's giving this game a 3 is the problem. It should never be a 68. This game is not a 68. It's crazy. So with that being said, let me know what you think in the comment section about these review sites. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, twitter.com/Valrico, youtube.com/Valrico, and I'm out of here. Peace.